We've talked about the core. We've talked about the heart. We've talked about the mind and the fact that those go together. They are a powerful engine. But if you know anything about engines, especially powerful engines, to really run well, they have to be tuned. There has to be a balance of all the ingredients, the air and the gas, and how everything is mixed. There has to be a balance, or that powerful engine gets really knocky fast. It gets really quirky, and it's not good. It loses power. It makes all kinds of noise. It's just not good. When we talk about the anatomy of disciple and the core, this engine that drives all the rest of life change that we're going to talk about, we need to understand it needs to be in balance. It needs to be in balance. The heart and the mind both need to be being conformed to the image of Jesus Christ, and God is working to do that. The question is, are you letting him do that? Are you getting in the way of doing that? Are some of you saying, you know what, I'm a heart person. That's where I'm at. My heart pounds for the things that God's heart pounds for. My heart's like Jesus. I care about the things he cares about. My heart, boy, that's where it's at for me. That book and all that stuff, that's for other people. That's for those intellectuals. But I'm a heart person. Can I tell you something? Paul speaks to us when that's what we say. And he says this, that our lives will be susceptible, will be vulnerable to every wind of doctrine that comes through town. Every new fad of teaching, everything that comes along, we will be susceptible because we do not have a foundation. We are not biblically formed in our minds. And so we will be susceptible to this whim and that doctrine and this teaching over here, and we'll just be all over the map. And life will become a blur and miserable for us. But then there may be some of us who say, now this is for me. I can read it, I can understand it, I can study it. That heart stuff, I don't know. That's for other people. This is for me. There's just as much danger there. Because if this becomes for us and we forget about the heart, the humbly submitted heart, pride will lead us to say, I know this book better than most people. I know a lot that's in here. In fact, I could teach you a bunch of things. Let me teach you some things. Let me tell you how it is. And we will become authorities on everything. And we will begin to drive people away because we tell everybody with authority, this is what this book says. I know it. Nobody else does. And our pride, without the humility of a humble heart, without the love that comes with that, will drive other people away by the way we use this book. And our lives will become lonely and miserable because of that. The balance. God wants us to be growing in both. Don't throw out the heart. Don't throw out the mind. They've got to be in balance. Got to be in balance. The question is, are we in step with God? God is in the process of changing every one of his believers' lives to become more like Jesus Christ. Like we talked about last week, are you aware of that? Are you aware of what he's doing? And then the question becomes, are you hearing, are you listening, awareness, so that you can get in step with, so you can respond appropriately to what God is leading in your life?